Come on in. Get in here. Get in here. We need you. Come on in. It's 8 o'clock. Get in here. Strengthen your soul is on. Come on in. It's Thursday night. Come on in. I've pulled up the stream on my phone, hoping to get some more of your comments because I missed some. And I hate missing your comments. So come on in, say hello, grab a drink. As always, our schedule, 8 o'clock, we open up. 8:01, we grab a drink. Oh, Simon Hall, thank you. I like my shirt too. I like your shirt as well. You wouldn't believe it, but I like your shirt too. Uh, so come on in, grab a drink, get in here. We need you. We need you. Uh, don't forget to like, comment, or share. Tonight we're talking about how do you get over anxiety, which is way more challenging than we think. So come on in, say hello. Again, got my phone up so I can actually say hello to you. Uh, Tonight might be the most important talk I've done in a while. Because whenever you talk about anxiety, it's like stepping onto a cultural minefield. One thing I know is that so many people, myself included, we feel a level of anxiety that weakens our soul, and we don't really know how to deal with it. We do not know how to deal with anxiety. So get in here, grab a drink. Tonight I'm having water. I think tomorrow I'm going to have a special drink. I might have something a little more exciting. But come on in, grab a drink, and in 10 seconds, we're going to do a cheers together. Tonight, it's water again with the saline glass. So with that being said, cheers. Always makes it better. Always makes it better. Let's talk about your soul. Tonight, I want to talk to you about a person in my life, a friend of mine, who faced her anxiety with unbelievable courage. Faced her anxiety with unbelievable courage. This friend of mine, she has lived most of her life with just a lingering sense of anxiety that everything is not quite okay. And so she would be crippled to find out whether she should be in a relationship with this guy or that guy. She was crippled when it would come to getting a new job, uh, to moving forward, to making decisions. It almost paralyzed her life. And I remember one day we were talking, and she said, "I need to get free from anxiety." I'm going to use red because anxiety is just such a challenge for so many people. And so I just said, how do you know you have anxiety? So I'll lay out a few things we talked about and a few of my learnings just to go, you might have anxiety that you don't even register. So one is this indecision. This marker is terrible. We'll see if it turns around. It's got 10 seconds. Otherwise, it's getting out of here because I'm decisive. Indecision is a very common thread for people who are struggling with anxiety. For me, I struggle to sleep. Wow, that looks so terrible. All right, I'm going to switch to blue. Sleep is a challenge for people who have anxiety. Number 3, physical difficulty. So again, for me, I can tell when I'm living with a higher sense of anxiety, when things such as my eye starts twitching, I actually will sometimes get like a chest pain that'll come and go. Hey, I just know the symptoms of anxiety in my life. And number four, so indecision, sleep, physical difficulty, and a racing mind. A racing mind. So when it comes to anxiety, do you have any of these symptoms? Which one is yours? And then how do you ease anxiety? So I told you this story, this woman, she had lots of anxiety, indecision and a racing mind were super common for her. And so what we did is we started to go through a process and said, is there, I'll give her a name. I'll call her Claire. Her name's not Claire. Claire, for whatever reason, is the name I love to use for women when I don't want to reveal their identity. Why don't I keep them anonymous? So uh, Claire and I, we sat and we said, let's just start thinking about all the good you haven't done, all the things you know you ought to do, and see if that will bring you peace. So here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. I want to write for you two polarities. Anxiety, peace. Now here's what's interesting. On this side, there must be fear on both sides, but there are two different types of fear. Okay, so this is going to get a little complicated, so stick with me as we work through this. Anxiety usually has to do with life. So this is about relationships, job, career, health, and it does have a sense of fear. Anxiety lives in fear. Now, what I'm telling you is this: if you want to head towards peace, you must aim at fear. So here's the big idea. We cannot get rid of fear entirely. You cannot get rid of fear entirely. But here's the idea. And I'll put in brackets here. God, life, the universe. So with this woman, what we did is we said, Claire, if you're going to overcome your anxiety about life, you're going to access peace, the way we're going to get there is by looking at what your life might be. And so I'm asking you now, what might your life be if you started living in alignment with the universe, in alignment with the truth, in alignment with God? What if you actually, instead of being afraid of your circumstances, you actually started to say, I am afraid that I might miss out on my purpose, not in a crippling way, but the fear of missing out on your purpose became greater than your fear of making a decision, of things going wrong. So what we started to do is we started to go, okay, is there any good thing that you haven't done that you should start doing? And we would just stop and we would pray and we would think. And stuff started coming to her mind. There were people she was supposed to bless. There was sacrifices and serving that she was supposed to lean into. There was a sense of giving and generosity that rolled through her mind. Then we said, is there anything that's holding you back? Is there any broken relationships? Is there any shame that's lingering on? And she said, absolutely. So what we did is she said this, I am afraid that if I live out of alignment with the truth and out of alignment with the universe and out of alignment with God and Jesus, that I'll never have peace. So she didn't completely reject or fight fear. She just said, I'm going to use fear. I'm going to use my anxiety to start moving towards the good, to move towards God. So hear me. If you want to be free from anxiety, you must trade fears. You must trade your fear of your circumstances for the fear of missing out on all that your life is meant to be. All the good, all the blessing, all the joy, all the relationship. And when you do that, when that becomes more fearful than the fear of your circumstances, you start behaving in such a way where you access peace. So we're going to give it a try here right away. So, okay, we're going to go back. Where are you feeling anxiety in your life? And again, if you don't know, some of you, you're like me, you have a lower sense of self-awareness. Or you just don't feel anxiety. I never felt anxiety. It just shows up for me physically. I don't feel it in my mind. So we're going to try now. So, what area of life are you anxious about? What area of life are you anxious about? Just think about it. You can ask God to show you what area of life you're anxious about. What are you anxious about? For me, because again, I always want to do it alongside of you, I would say this. I'm anxious actually about a relationship with my kids. I I love my boys. I've got three boys. I want to be a good daddy. And we're almost out of the daddy stage now at this point. I'm basically just dad because my youngest is 6. So now, here's what I want you to see. I'm actually not afraid of loving my kids. I'm afraid of not having the loving relationship I want. So again, I'm fearing towards the good. I'm going, God, life, the universe, how can I move into peace? So, and I'll break it down into two ways. Anything I need to get rid of, anything I need to do. So how do I move towards peace when it comes to relationship with my kids? Because apparently I'm feeling a low level of anxiety. Uh, I need to get rid of a lazy attitude. Let me explain. I don't love doing this, but it's helpful for me and hopefully helpful for you. There's a sense in which when I come home, sometimes I'm just worked hard, but here's what I sense God, the universe, telling me: I'm not done. That's actually just a lie, I believe, an excuse I make to not lean in with my whole heart to my kids. What do I need to do? This is going to sound silly, but it's so important for me. Teach my boys to ride. Uh, my oldest son can ride a bike. I was a part of teaching him to do that. I was there. His mom was there. It was great. Uh, but my younger two are this close from learning how to ride their bikes. My wife's been doing a great job. And what I sense even now in this low level anxiety is this: I need to lean in and be a part of this pivotal moment in their lives. So going back to this Claire story, just to wrap up, to ease her anxiety, when she said, I'm more afraid of missing out on what God has for me than I am of the consequences of doing everything he says, of living life in alignment, she got so much more freedom. She still has a level of anxiety. It's higher than probably average still, but she is a different person. She is a different person to this day. And so what she did is she's like, there's some junk in my past that I need to confess. There's some guilt that I need some people to come around me and I need to share with them so I can live life without secrets. And she found that her anxiety eased. And she started to find healthy relationships. She's this is years later now. She's married. She's a mom. She's an amazing woman. And you can ease your anxiety by moving your fear of circumstances towards a fear. And it's a hopeful fear. It's not even, fear is almost a wrong word, but a hope that what's on the other side, what God, the universe, what life, what truth has planned for you, what Jesus has for you, is so much better. So you just always say yes. So that's what I'm going to do. With that being said, hope you have an amazing night. Hope your soul's getting stronger. Hope you're feeling more connected to other people and more connected to God. With that being said, if this video helped, I'd love for you to like or comment or share. Sharing is really helpful because actually there are people just like you, just like me, who are dealing with anxiety, just like Claire. And we want to see them have a stronger soul. So that being said, if you could do that, uh, you would help people who are just like you. Anyways, with that being said, have an amazing night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Strengthen your soul. God bless you. I'll pray for you. Some people say they like that, so I'd love to do that for you. So may you live with great courage over your circumstances in life. And may you have the wise fear to align yourself with the one who made you, loves you, and knows you. And may your soul be strengthened. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow.